Welcome to the Ramada Hotel O'Hare. Located in Rosemont, Illinois, Ramada services the Chicagoland area. And because of its close proximity to O'Hare Airport, Ramada is convenient for customers traveling through Chicago and the northwest suburbs. Ramada also supplies shuttle buses for customer convenience to and from the airport. Customer convenience and safety are priority at the Ramada. In order to maintain this level of safety, employees must be accomplished at identifying safety hazards. In order to identify a safety hazard, one must understand what category a hazard falls into. Abrasive or sharp objects. This bracket left on the wall can cut skin and clothing. So can this broken railing. The sharpness of this tree brace is obvious. The tree is gone. The brace should be too. If someone were to try to locate this doorknob in the dark, the result could be cuts and splinters. A customer's child may decide to see if this carpeting will come up any more than it already has. He may also discover what a tetanus shot is. Kitchen personnel must be the most alert to sharp objects since their job requires them to work with them most of the day. Now we will identify electrical hazards. These light sockets are capable of lighting up bulbs. When the bulbs aren't present, they are capable of lighting you up as well. Because of constant use, these wall sockets often need replacing. Thermostats should also have covers. If a foreign liquid is spilled on it, sparking can occur. This may look safe enough taped up, but would you want to run your hand down the wall to locate this in the dark? The indoor pool houses a great deal of water. Since water conducts electricity, it would not mix well with this exposed outlet. Would you want to walk barefoot on this deck? Missing outlet covers like this one should also be reported. The next hazards that you should be aware of are trip hazards. Trip hazards, like this water hose in front of a fire exit, can cause people to trip and fall when they don't see them. Phone cords like these in the office areas should be taped down or covered with rubber floor strips. The Ramada is located next to a stream, which causes earth to sometimes be washed from underneath the hotel, which creates sinkholes. This one is big enough to place your foot in. They are most common near drainage caps. Portions of sidewalk can also shift, causing trip hazards. Common morning trip hazards are food trays that are left outside the rooms. Trays left out should be reported to room service. Next, we will identify slip and falls. Sometimes walking surfaces can become slippery after a spill, cleaning, and/or general everyday use. When the slippery surface is not noticed, employees may be injured by slipping on the affected area. To keep everyone aware of these areas, a floor sign should be placed in a location that forces others to yield the area. A person's shoes can carry the slippery substance to other areas of the hotel. Whenever possible, walk around the affected area. This minimizes hazard and mess. Of course, the best way to prevent tracking slippery substances is to mop the area up. And remember, always place a floor sign down. The area is still slippery until the mopped area dries as well. Also, never take part in horseplay. When you find a hazardous area, do your best to correct the area to make it safe, instead of trying to capture the moment. This is the surest way to get hurt. Now let's move on to fire hazards. Fire hazards are sometimes more difficult to locate, but just as important. This missing ceiling exit sign may not seem important, but in the event of a fire, this sign will be imperative to people finding their way out. Remember, smoke can impair vision and exits. This roof door is missing the handle to open it. Fire moves upward, and so do people to avoid it. If they're using this door to find safety on the roof, they won't live to tell about it. Be aware of the 3 different extinguishers the hotel has available. Different extinguishers are designed for different fires. Choosing the right extinguisher can make the difference between spreading the fire and putting it out. Now let's move on to strains and sprains. Strains and sprains are caused when the muscles of the body are irritated or injured when the body is forced into a movement which it is not accustomed to, or when lifting a weight which it cannot support. Never lift objects while standing in an awkward position. Your muscles weren't designed to function this way. To prevent injuries, always stand upright and never use the back to lift heavy objects. Always lift with the legs. The last category will be miscellaneous hazards. Always use the right tool or the right equipment for the right job. Always use the lot entrance when entering the property. Entering through the exit can cause traffic congestion and accidents. During a 2-day convention, security discovered that employees were the greatest violators of proper entrance usage. When approaching the corner of the purchasing dock, observe and obey the stop sign. You never know what or who may drive or walk out from behind the corner. The area is clearly marked. There's no excuse for disobeying this stop sign. Also, be aware of the backing sounds of trucks entering the bay. Remember, they can't see you behind them. Okay, now it's quiz time. Look at this picture and see if you can spot all of the safety hazards. If you said trip hazard, electrical hazard, and fire hazard, you are correct. When you notice a safety hazard, report it to security or a supervisor immediately. This way, the engineering department can make the necessary repairs before an accident occurs. If an accident does occur, report the injury to security. Security personnel are trained by Response Systems for dealing with injuries and emergency situations. They are also equipped with first aid supplies for treating injuries on the spot. Security is even equipped to deal with the disposal of biohazardous material. So remember, by identifying these and other hazards in the hotel, we can keep the hotel safe for customers and employees alike.